What are some common mistakes people make when planning for retirement and long-term care, and how can I avoid them?
Welcome to Barry's Bites. Please join our host, attorney and financial advisor Chris Barry.
The assumption is that we're moving from an accumulation phase to preservation and distribution. During the accumulation phase, it's cut your expenses, save as much. Think about where you're saving your money. From a tax perspective, is it all tax deferred? Is it tax free? Is it post-tax? We're going to assume that we're moving from accumulation to preservation distribution. So maybe 5 years out from retirement. And that's where the things that we look, and we use the acronym CASTLE, is first, can I retire? It's important to have a plan for retirement in terms of retirement income. Too often I see people spend more time planning for a vacation than they are retirement. And so can I retire? Having an income plan in retirement. So taking a look at when are you going to time Social Security? Are you going to have a pension or take a pension buyout? A lot of times we look to a bucket approach of having, okay, what's our money we need now? What's the money we might need over the 10 years? What's the money we might need later? And then taking all those accumulated assets and putting those into the different buckets. Because a lot of times as you're in an accumulation phase, you've accumulated all these different accounts, and it's kind of like a junk drawer. It's all important, but it's not really well organized. That's where creating that income plan helps get everything organized and gives you the peace of mind to know that, hey, I do have enough so I can retire. So first question is, can I retire? Having that income plan. Second thing is asset protection. So you've worked hard to accumulate whatever it is you have. How can we protect that? Protect it from long-term care costs, creditors, lawsuits, whatever life may throw to you. And that's where we can look at legal protections. We can also look at insurance protections. If you own multiple pieces of real estate, maybe we need to look at limited liability companies. If you have a business, you have asset protection concerns there. The next thing to be concerned about is sequence of return risk. The idea is that when you retire, now you're going to have to start drawing on your assets. And if assets are going down as you're pulling money out of these accounts, they don't have as much time to build up. So that's why we talk about this retirement red zone of you really want to protect the assets so that if market drops right as you're moving into retirement, you don't have that long time horizon you did while you're younger and working. So thinking about as I move into retirement, some bucket of my investments maybe should be more conservative because the way that we invest when we're 30 is different than when we're 60. Next, taxes. And I think taxes are one of the biggest risks and biggest opportunities based on our current tax laws. Just met with a client today. We set up an asset protection trust and we're going through strategies of how to pull money out of these tax-infested, unprotected accounts like IRAs, paying the tax in a strategic way to move it in the trust where now it goes to the kids tax-free. Again, if taxes go up, the value of your IRAs and 401ks immediately drop. And we know taxes are scheduled to go up in 2026 when the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act expires. Next is long-term care. Long-term care costs have been skyrocketing. I remember 10 years ago, a nursing home might run $6,000 to $8,000 a month. Now it's running $10,000 to $15,000 a month. The average stay in a nursing home is about 2.5 years, and 1 out of 2 people will set foot in a nursing home. So having some strategy for navigating that long-term care journey of needing home care, assisted living, nursing home care. And really, we have 6 ways to pay for it. And it's having a strategic plan using these 6 ways that will help protect against long-term care costs. You can private pay, you can have the kids pay. There's long-term care insurance policies out there that make sense these days. A lot of times they're tied to death benefits. 4th, Medicare can help pay for short-term costs. 5th, the veterans benefit, where we can bring an extra $1,000 to $3,000 a month to help pay for long-term care costs. And then 6th would be Medicaid, which will pay for nursing home costs. Developing some plan, whether it's a legal structure like a castle trust, whether we're using asset-based long-term care strategies to address the long-term care issue. And the last thing is estate planning. Having some type of plan in place. We're all going to pass away at some point. We need to have those powers of attorney in place. So if you get a knock in your head, who's going to make financial and medical decisions? Creatively, we've created that acronym CASTLE. So can I retire? Asset protection, sequence return risk, taxes, long-term care costs, estate planning. Having all those pieces in place, that's going to put together a comprehensive legal, financial, and tax plan that should get you into retirement and leave the most efficient legacy as possible.